If your value was decided by your virginity, how valuable would you be? Good morning. Welcome to Lost for Words. I'm Sarah Woods. Thank you for joining me as we explore some great women poets on this channel. Today we're exploring the Greek poet Sappho from the Isle of Lesbos. She was a lyric poet. Many of her poems are meant to be sung. She's one of our first women poets from like 600, 700 BC. And her poetry is like stepping back in time to a culture where the Greek gods were still alive, still believed in, and still prayed to and sung about. It's a fascinating dip into another culture and another time to read her poetry. It's wonderful. But today we're exploring a subject that I'm slowly discovering is a very frustrating subject to explore. I didn't know it was going to be like this. It's the subject of virginity in one of her poems. I have now tried to record this video probably 10 times, and every time I start to go and explore like these different little avenues, there's just so many like different rabbit holes you can go down. I've decided with this video I'm going to share the poem with you, and I'm going to try my best to keep this like incredibly simple and then sort of like toss it to you guys, and it can be something for people to sort of mull over and think about without me like verbally giving too much bleh. It's called Lament for a Maidenhead. It's number 34 in Mary Barnard's translated version of Sappho's poetry. This is the first voice. It says, like a quince apple ripening on a top branch in a treetop, not once noticed by harvesters, or if not unnoticed, not reached. This is the second voice. Like a hyacinth in the mountains, trampled by shepherds until only a purple stain remains on the ground. If these images, this apple at the top of the tree, this hyacinth trampled on the path by the shepherds, if these images are representations of virginity, if these are representations of sexuality, we have one apple that is almost unreachable, almost unnoticed. We have one hyacinth that is so reachable, it is beneath the feet of shepherds, that it is trampled easily into a stain in the ground. If this is our virginity, if this is our sexuality, are either of the images desirable? Is it desirable to be so unreachable that one is never reached, never touched? Is it desirable to be so reachable that you are beneath the feet of people moving along their way, that they barely notice you and trample you under their feet? If this is representations of sexuality, if these images are supposed to represent human beings, women, what lies beneath? What is the real desire of the apple, this unreachable apple? What is the real desire of the hyacinth? I like to imagine this apple, the fruit that sits at the top of the tree, guarding herself, her sexuality, her virginity, trying as hard as she can to value herself, but still remaining unreached and unseen. At the base of her desire, I imagine a woman who wants to be valued and who wants to be loved. When I imagine this hyacinth on this pathway, freely giving of her sexuality to the men that come into her life, I imagine a woman who at the bottom of her desires to be valued and loved and cherished all the same. One woman gives to no one. One woman gives to everyone. Are either of them valued or loved? And what do you think? What desire do you think lies beneath the actions of these two